Hello, everyone. Wait for some people to get in. Come here. Come here, Hector. Hello, everyone. Just wait for a few people to come in. Just put a notice up. Come here. I'm alive. Okay. I'm just playing with my cat. So, as any of you guys are here, feel free to say hi. Hello, how you doing? Augers. How you doing? Oh, you're the first one here. Lucidity. Lucidity 13. May I ask what that's a reference to? A big pog. Yeah. All right. Okay. Twitch. Yeah, I haven't streamed anything on Twitch in a while. I'm debating if I want to stream the Naruto Fortnite update. Like, how does Fortnite skins work? Are they only available for a limited time, or do you have to, are they basically there forever? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Dude, you do whatever you want, dude, as long as do whatever you want. It's fine by me. So anyway, you got any questions? Fair enough. We're just chilling, hanging out. One second, I'm going to grab my Switch. While we wait for more people to show up, I guess I'll just chill out. What are my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 11 story mode? As a whole, or do you mean like with Aftermath, or do you mean with Aftermath, or the whole thing? Well, that's a tricky question. There are things about it I like, and there are things about it I don't like. Let's start with what I do, with what I don't like. Like in the Aftermath expansion, like that whole Sindel retcon is just straight up garbage. Like that is the worst case of character assassination I've ever seen in my life. Shao Kahn is nothing but a dumb brute. Say hello to Hector. Well, I would okay. Back to what I was saying. What I don't like is also the whole the way like it clearly obviously I think MKX and MK11 had different writers, so whatever MKX set up, MK11 abandoned. Although apparently most of that was due to the fact that the writers of Mortal Kombat don't put in would just put in like little teases for a sequel, and then maybe they'd act on them. That was how they did things. What I did like, they did a lot of good for certain characters. Liu Kang was everything he should have been. Katana was redeemed. Scorpion finally got some character development. And Raiden finally got over his stupid phase. I mean, they ran with that whole Raiden ruins everything, but just all in all, kind of just So it was up and down. The ending where they like restart the universe, I was a little, I guess, for doing another reboot. But then I'm not sure if they're going on from the Liu Kang and Katana ending, or if they're gonna do the, or if they're gonna do, or I think the ending of Aftermath implied that Liu Kang was gonna train the original Kung Lao, which I think is an interesting concept. Yeah, if you see the cat in the background, that's my cat, Hector. Go to sleep, Hector. Bean. Okay. So all in all, it was a mixed bag. I'll probably have more detailed thoughts when I do my character videos. Thought the whole thing was garbage? Well, like I said, there were character things I liked, but you know what? The problem is, NetherRealm, they're not the writer. They're not as good as they think they are. That's what I think. They think they're creating like the greatest story modes ever put into fighting games, but it's like you're not as good as you think you are. That's my stance. Hello, Ash. Am I late? No, you're just on time. Welcome to the chat. I'm considering streaming the Naruto Fortnite characters tomorrow night. I'm curious to try that out. I've seen some pretty good videos of that. Fair enough. Ugh. All right, yep. Ash, you got any questions? First time doing this. I'm a little. What are my thoughts on the One Piece dub? I would say that it's pretty solid overall. I mean, the Four Kids dub was rather infamous in how bad it was. I just remember back when YouTube was getting started that there was a lot of, like videos about how Four Kids butchered One Piece, and that's one of the Four Kids is one of the reasons why One Piece didn't get the start it did in Japan. Because if you look at One Piece's sales, the majority of it is in Japan, not worldwide. But overall, Funimation One Piece dub is very good. Anyone else? Well, they didn't help. That's what I'll say. But what are your thoughts on modern shonen like Jujutsu Kaisen? I don't think I've read that one. I hear My Hero Academia is like the big thing right now. Like that's the most popular shonen outside of One Piece. I've been reading Yu-Gi-Oh, which is more of a classic shonen lately. When will you review Boruto? That depends. You want me to review the manga or the anime? Isn't it Demon Slayer? I mean, it might be. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Boruto. Like, I actually, speaking of which, Boruto, I was listening, I go to a club every Friday night, and like they had like there was a song playing. I was like, this is pretty catchy, and I looked up the name Lonely Go, and I saw this is a Boruto song. Huh? Go figure on that. Anime. Well, that depends. I mean, here's the problem with the anime. I mean, the anime adapts a monthly manga, so basically they do a little bit of the manga and then they do filler because with Naruto it was a weekly manga, so it was easier to space out filler. Not that there wasn't a lot of filler, but with Boruto it's like, yeah, you're just the pacing's so erratic. The new goods. New episodes are actually good. Okay. I wouldn't know. I mean, I've seen. I didn't. I think they just did where Kuruma dies. Like that was the last time I was up to date on what the manga was doing. I don't know what they're doing now because the manga is still like I don't know what's Naruto doing now. He's like just resting. I mean, I'm going to assume he's going to get a new form or a new power up, or Kishi, or somehow they'll ass pull Kuruma back to life because that's pretty standard for this series. Is that they'll just like what makes Kuruma like dead? Like why can't he come back? Because typically when he dies, he's supposed to reincarnate. Like what's different about this? Soul Eater. Soul Eater. Heard of it. Never read it. Kuruma's death. What do I think, or why do you think of Kuruma's death? You mean what do you think? Kuruma's death. I mean, in the anime, I did watch that. It was well done for what it was worth. It was actually pretty heartbreaking. They did a good job. Studio Pro has their faults, but it's just it's Studio Pro. It's like they do good things, but they also do bad things. Seriously, why kill Kuruma? Well, because here's the thing: at the end of the story, Naruto and Sasuke were like gods, so it was like, what could stop them? Like, what could challenge them? So this is how they got rid of the whole thing. This is how they like nerfed them. It's like how I was watching Aladdin, like how all like I grew up watching Aladdin, like Genie is so powerful, but they like get rid of him. But when they set him free, it's like like in the TV show, they had to think of reasons for why he couldn't just like snap his fingers and solve every problem. So it's like, yeah, that was basically the problem with Naruto and Sasuke. You had to write around them. Do I think making all the villains in Boruto absorb chakra is a little too much? Is that the thing? Like, if I recall correctly, all the villains in Boruto are aliens. Like, whatever Kaguya was trying to fight, like that's what they're fighting in Boruto. So, are they going to bring back that infinite genjutsu thing, or the Because that whole Infinite Tsuchigome was clearly not intended for that. It's just Kishi tried to think, okay, I need something big to, set off to have an end game, but then, then when he had to set up Boruto, he just came up with Kaguya, and then I wonder if Kaguya was a tie-in with the last. I mean, it's possible, but like, there's a whole bunch of theories, but nothing concrete. DBZ, well, yeah, DBZ was always like. If I remember back in the days of Toonami, where like they said Toonami presents the only show where the villain is the underdog, and I was like, really? I never got that sense with Dragon Ball Z. What's your opinion on the Pokemon anime? Should have ended Ash's story a long time ago. Like, I grew up watching that show. I loved that show. Like, I was there when it started. I was 10 years old. It was, I remember seeing it because I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see Ash become a Pokemon Master. But then, it just kept going, and it was like, this is never going to end, is it? I mean, they really should have moved on from Ash a long time ago and just did new main characters like how the games do, but I guess they don't. They just don't want to get rid of Pikachu. But it is what it is. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has. What did I think of Sasuke losing his Rinnegan? Well, in this universe, it seems like that would be a minor inconvenience at best. Like, why can't he just go get another eye and just pop it in? Because, that's what they were doing at the end of Naruto. Like, they were just, like, people were just plucking out each other's eyes, putting them into the sockets, even though, they tried to say, oh, medical ninjas can only do that. But no, Madara, however you pronounce his name, it's like, he just kept, like, ripping out people's eyes and, like, jamming it into his socket. I'm like, uh-huh. So, yeah, I don't know why that's a big deal. If anything, that would be a minor inconvenience at best. Which is better, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Z Kai? Well, Dragon Ball Z Kai has less filler, but that's a tough question. Dragon Ball Z had better music, I think. The Japanese score, not the Falconer score, as it's called. I grew up with DBZ, what can I say? And I didn't finish Kai, or at least I didn't watch the Buu Saga, but, well, it was an interesting idea. If anything, Naruto needs a Kai. That'd be nice. I wonder if they are too afraid the show will lose ratings as well. You mean like, What do you think of DBS? I personally hate how horrible it destroys Dragon Ball and its lore. Ups and downs. I mean, I don't know what to make of it. It's like there are parts of it I love, and then there's other parts of it that I don't care for. So, I mean, it's highs and lows. I mean, every long-running series has that, but it's like, like, everyone just fights over everything, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Just, I'm tired. I'm tired of people fighting over, like, everything ever. Like, ever. Is the original Dragon Ball anime where Goku was a kid underrated? I don't know about underrated. A lot of people say it's a classic, and it is. So, I don't know if I'd call that underrated. What would you majorly suggest if they do a redo of Naruto? No Kaguya, no aliens crap. Like, just take all that out. Like, get rid of that, because that clearly was not the plan. Just get rid of all that alien shit. That's what I'd recommend they get rid of. In fact, in my what ifs, I tend to just ignore the alien shit. Like, I've had several ideas for what ifs. Like, I have like one about like if you ever know Dragon Ball timeline in Dragon Ball Online, it was listed as age 801. Like it mentioned Goku disappears because he had his final battle with Vegeta. I'm actually writing a my version of that here and there. How would you change Hinata? Uh, oh, like actually stick to making her maybe stop stuttering, maybe have her fight a little bit, and not have be so Naruto obsessed. Fair enough. I think that's what Kishi was gonna do but he just kind of gave up. Yeah. I mean, it would have been better if Hinata did actually showed up more than she actually did, considering that she was barely in the series in the manga. I know she's in a lot more of the anime. Do you think Naruto would need a Dragon Ball Kai? Yeah, the anime desperately needs a Kai treatment because I think a Naruto shipping. I think a third of the whole series is filler. Yeah, the short end of the stick. Yeah, everyone's talked about that. Kishi does not write his women very well. I mean, that's also kind of true of like Naruto of shonen writers in general. I mean, Oda does okay, but say hi to Hector, everyone. What would you change about Sakura's character? Have her not obsess over Sasuke. That's what I do. She shouldn't be so Sasuke obsessed. Like, just tone that down. Would Sasusaku work if Sasuke didn't abuse Sakura? It'd be more tolerable. I mean, they do have lack of interaction going against them. That much is true, but it would be tolerable. It would be like Ron and Hermione. Like, yeah, I guess. I mean, it could have worked if Kishi had actually spent time, and I'm just like, the Sasusaku. It's like I just don't get it. I just don't get how anybody looked at that and said, "Yeah, we got something here." Hey, man, how you doing? I'm doing fine. Yeah, we all wish Sakura had grown out of it. That was the biggest problem with her. Like, that was good old Kishi. But Kishi didn't seem to think that was the problem. Killer Bee was probably one of the best additions that came to the series. If I remember correctly, I think one of his editors came up with Killer Bee. Killer Bee was a highlight of whenever he showed up. I don't know how he's alive. It felt like Kishi just kind of like ass pulled a way to keep him alive. Oh yeah, shipping wars are, as I often use. If you're into shipping, join the Navy. You mean the best in Shonen, but the concept of it. The pairings were another thing. Yeah, I would say so. That was probably. I agree. Do you think? What's Killer Bee done in Boruto? Like, has he done anything, or has he been played any kind of important role, or what's up? What's up with him? Actually, I just realized I can't do the 100 coin mission with this on this level. If you were to, speaking of which, I'll just say this: if you were to ask me what's video game console holds a special place in my heart, it's probably Nintendo 64. Kishimoto was originally going to write a love triangle. I heard that, but I thought it was the love triangle was with Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke, not. Uh, well, yeah. Like, look, Kishi was just like, from what I understand, he was flabbergasted at how popular Hinata was. How powerful? Probably very powerful. I mean, if you have Naruto's Rasengan and Sakura's Super Strength, yeah, that'd be a deadly combination. What's your favorite nature chakra? Do you prefer Taijutsu, Genjutsu, or Ninjutsu? Favorite nature chakra? I'd say I prefer. I'm a good old Taijutsu fan. I like that. Yeah, I think a lot of shonens have that kind of dynamic with love triangles. The main character, there's a girl that's like Sakura, and there's a girl like Hinata. Like Hinata's character is typically never planned to be the end game. She just ended up being so because there was way too much support. Because a lot of Naruto fans did not read other shonen, so they. Ugh. Killer Bee versus End of Sasuke wins. Or really, whoever the writer wants to win, because that's how I go about it. Oh, it was definitely a first impression thing. Yeah, like I said, first impressions, sadly, whether fair or not, impact how people see a character. Maybe that's not fair, but that's just how it is. What's my opinion on Ino? Ups and downs. I think she was doing fine in the war, but then she like that. I think the last thing she did in the manga was like, wasn't her dream to have Sasuke and Sai fight over her. It was like, yeah, there goes a lot of respect I gained for her. It's sad. It's like, probably benefited because Kishi liked Shikamaru, and she was on the same team as Shikamaru, so she benefited from that. Whereas Kishi clearly liked Team 10, but he did not give two shits about Team 8 or Team Guy. How strong do you think current Naruto is? Yeah. Strong in what sense? Do you think Lee and Shino deserve? Well, yeah, Lee does definitely deserve more screen time, but it's pretty obvious. But I would say it's pretty obvious that Kishimoto liked Guy more than Lee, so he gave Guy more screen time and things to do. Shino, if anything, didn't I think wasn't Shino just made into a huge joke? Like, I hate being ignored and all that. Like, that was basically what happened with Shino. I'd say, yeah, Naruto characters are more mountain level than planet level, but I don't really get into that whole versus debates. Why I don't really care much about Death Battle anymore, because if anything, I think Stan Lee said it best: who wins is whoever the writer wants to win, and that's my attitude as well. It might. I heard it was wrapping up. I heard that was wrapping up soon. I don't know if it's gonna. How do you pronounce that? I don't think I have. I'm in the middle of watching Cowboy Bebop for the first time, and I think I'm on episode 14. So I'm halfway done Cowboy Bebop. Not the Netflix show, but Ishiki. Ishiki, I'm guessing, is a Boruto villain. I guess Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi win. And Killer Bee win. What anime do you plan to revisit for a long time? You mean, do I not plan to revisit for a long time? You're in for a treat. Okay, I'll make a note of that. Do you mean what anime do I not plan to revisit for a long time? Demon Slayer, let me look it up. Why did Demon Slayer end when it did? Was it because he wanted to stop, or was he canceled? Apparently he rushed the ending because of manga issues, apparently. That's a shame. Kuruma and Naruto's relationship, it's fine. I think Kishi could have developed it a little better, but it's fine. But I get the idea behind it, but you should have taken a little more time to develop things. Okay, I don't know what that is, but... My favorite arc in DBZ, are we talking about all in Dragon Ball or just DBZ? Because it's might be the Saiyan saga, because I really like that saga. That was a Saiyan saga. It's like that's like, in my opinion, one of the best shonen arcs ever. It's almost flawless. Oh, right. Yeah, you did mention that. I remember now. Frieza's close. I think so. It's just, the whole Namek blows up in like 10 minutes. It's just, that brings it down a little bit. What is one or two parts of Naruto you would remake? I would probably just remake the whole war arc, because that's the arc that needs it the most. And the Kage Summon arc, you remake that too. Like, those are the two major parts of Naruto I would rewrite. They need it badly. Oh yeah, fight between Goku and Frieza is iconic. I mean, Goku turning Super Saiyan for the first time is probably arguably the most famous scene in anime history. Well, that's been happening since the end of Buu Saga, because I remember they made like a whole joke about how, I think, doesn't Vegeta say, since when was the legendary transformation to a warrior race become a child's plaything? So it's like this happened a long time ago. What's your favorite JoJo part? I think I like the first part the best so far. Like I think a friend showed me the first episode. What was it? What's the name of the rival? Like he kisses the love interest, which is like, oh yeah, like back then that was the equivalent of rape. What's your opinion on Broly's new personality in the movie? Much better. He actually has a personality. Uh, well, the Sanji's extreme refusal to hit women. I mean, that's not necessarily the problem. It's just how perverted he gets. Like, Japan has different views on that whole perverted stuff. Like, it's just he needs to get over that whole like, oh, I'm massive pervert because I realized he was on that island for a little while with those guys, but it was like, eh, doesn't matter, Hector. Well, I know. My favorite arc is probably Alabasta, I think it was called. Yeah, I've not heard good things about Attack on Titan's ending. Apparently, it's I don't know. People tell me is it like Game of Thrones ending, but I don't know. That's just kind of funny if it's like anime Game of Thrones. What do you guys think of Hector? Maybe. I mean, I'm surprised that he hasn't already. Looking back at that, I don't think the Gaara's tailed beast and Naruto's were intended to be connected to one another because they don't really recognize each other. Yeah, well, that's more than Kishi will ever say. Uh, Yasha. Mm, I've only seen bits and pieces of that, but it's like I've heard it's like a whole series where nothing happens. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if it had been anyone other than Kishimoto, we probably would have seen the other tailed beasts. Fair enough. Okay. What would I say to Kishimoto if I ever met him? That's tricky. I would probably kind of say, what were you thinking with Sasuke and Sakura ending up together? Like, really, what were you thinking? Did anyone ask him that? Like, did anyone like? Did you seriously look at that and just go? Did you seriously look at this and think you had something? I mean, what's going on here? You mean war? Okay, sure. I'm multitasking here. Yeah, because I mean, yeah. Look, I don't even know. Goku probably not the most powerful character in fiction. Like, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Transformers, but if Unicron entered a Shonen universe, he would probably destroy everything. Well, I think that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to create more arcs. That was what he wanted to do, but his editor told him, no, don't do that because that'll take too long. So that's why the Chunin exams happened. And yeah, I think the big reason why most of those characters came in was because his editor told him you have to create more characters, even though he even said I had to, which meant he didn't want to do it himself. I think one of the ideas for the Icona 12 was that they were going to be from other villages, and they would be rivals to Team 7. Guy being Kakashi's rival was a bit of a leftover of that idea. Yes, they are. Or at least they are by the end of the series. Gold Experience Requiem can clap Goku. I'll take your word for it. Facts. Okay. What do you guys think of Hector? Narasasu? Yeah, I get why people say that, but it's like, you know, ideally it would have ended with no pairings, and that way they could just, tease any pairing till the end of time, and that would have been better. But I guess they thought they wanted to do a sequel series with Naruto's son. Hey, what's up? Hector's adorable. Yes, he is. He's about 1 year and 7 months old now. What's the matter, Hector? He just ran into the bedroom. I mean, didn't Oda say that he doesn't want to do romance in One Piece, or at least as far as I'm aware, that's what there was a moment, I think it was, who was it that separated the Straw Hats from each other? He's, like, there was a moment that I kind of read as a Luffy Nami moment, but I'm not sure if Oda's going to make any pairing canon. At this point, DBS is better than Boruto. I mean, yeah, I guess so. Is Hector shy? Yeah, Hector is a little skitsy around strangers, but once he feels relaxed around you, he becomes a very affectionate cat. Which do you think is better? I'm going to go with DBS because at least I can watch that. Well, I don't know. Part of me suspects Oda knows how Naruto was going to end because I think he made a comment to Kishi, like, I see that your wife looks like Sakura, so that makes me think Oda was in the know of who Naruto was going to marry. And he was probably not happy about how Shonen just kind of did that to Kishi. What do you think comes out from Star Wars sequel tropes? I don't know, and I don't care. Like, no, just Star Wars is like, look, I had my ending. I have the original trilogy. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. Yeah, I agree. I'm like, my biggest question with that. It's like, hey, Bandai Namco, just do DBZ fighters and do a Shonen crossover. Like, that's what we want. Instead, we get shit like Jump Force. It's mind-boggling. And besides, My Hero Academia. I've heard of it, but I've not seen it yet. Is that like a seasonal anime, or is that like every week? Uh, do you think Jump Force is rushed? Yes. I don't know about Rush, but it wasn't finished. That's difficult. They're both bad in different ways. Like the prequels at least had a plan, get Anakin into the Darth Vader shit, whereas the sequels had no plan. But the problem with the prequels is just that, they're very poorly directed. Like Lucas should have let somebody else write and direct the prequels. Like Lucas is fine as the idea guy, but he should not be writing or directing dialogue at all because that's not his specialty. How would you balance? Yeah, I don't know about that because it's like you gotta nerf the Uchihas because I think at the beginning it seemed like Kishi was trying to keep like a balance between them, but then eventually just went Uchiha, Uchiha, Uchiha. Bend the rules. Yeah. Well, Anakin had the makings of what you'd call a Gary Stew, because, Chosen One and all that, but it was balanced by the fact that he was incredibly arrogant. That was his big character flaw. And, and the fact that you knew, okay, yeah, he's going to become Darth Vader. Rey, yeah, the problem with Rey was, I think it's just every other character around her was more interesting than she was. That was the problem with Rey. I don't think so, no. I've heard about that. I've heard it's getting a re-release. I think people said that of Luke, actually. What did people say of Luke? Like, I remember back when Star Wars was first coming out, a lot of people liked Han better than Luke. But Lucas stuck to his plan, which was that Luke was the hero. Yeah, I think we're going to get news about that. We probably would have... I mean, that probably would have been out by now, but, pandemic happened. Because I think that was supposed to launch this year. Yeah, I'm not aware of that. Sorry. I'm going to have to go... Are you talking about manga or anime? Because I might go Death Note. I haven't seen the anime. King of Lightning, Rise, and yeah, I've heard about King of Lightning. I think, Jump Force would have worked better or something like that than a fighting game. Yeah, I was never into gambling stuff. That's not my thing. How would I fix Sasuke's character? Well, that's tricky because this character, he's broken. Like, he is just damaged by years of, he's damaged by, years of, torment and all that. Because it's like, maybe Sasuke could be a little more conflicted. Like, that's how I'd fix him. Sasuke can't be saved. Alright, fine. I don't know. Well, that's the thing. It's Shonen. You can't really do something that dark. Which arc do you think would be a good place for Naruto to take the... I mean, if it was going to happen, it should have happened in the Kage Summit arc, because that's where it should have happened, but Kishi didn't really do that for some reason. What's been going on with Naruto video games? Like, they used to be... Well, I remember a lot of people really hated the ending where Nagato just, like, brought everyone back to life. Like, I remember that pissed a lot of people off when that came out. Like, people were saying that was the worst chapter ever in Naruto. Which is like, okay. Of course, the problem was Kishi kind of wrote himself into a hole with that by how he killed all those characters. It was like... Because there was no way he was going to keep Kakashi dead. Or at the very least, he wasn't going to have Kakashi... Because Kakashi should not have died for Choji. He should have died for Team 7. I do believe Black Zetsu was, I think he was... He was, but I don't think he was set up to do what he ended up being. I don't think that was the plan. Yeah. I remember a lot of people really hated that. Maybe less focus on the Sharingan and all that. Yeah, Sasuke obviously has to have a major role, but still... Like, don't make that the primary focus. Don't just focus on that. Like, try to expand the universe. Well, yeah, that was the biggest complaint. This... yeah, a lot of people didn't like that about the Sharingan. Oh, thanks. What you're gonna say? Eagles. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Leave on. It's filled with cat. My shirt is actually filled with cat hair right now because of dear old Hector. Right, Hector? He's right there. Yeah, Kishimoto does focus on the Uchiha more than anyone. Like, yeah, Hector, stop biting. Stop. Hector, get off the chair. Yeah, Bleach plummeted hard. Hector, stop biting. Stop clawing. You have a claw post right over there. Go use that. Yeah. 4. I'll give it a 4, and that's being generous. That's a tricky question. Sorry, I had a bit of a long day. You couldn't see it, but Hector was reaching his paws into the drawers on the table. Okay. I would say maybe I'll go with Funimation because I'm more familiar with that. Viz Media they handled Naruto better than 4Kids did One Piece, so that's why Naruto got the start. Like, Naruto was just, I think it came out like at the right time. Like, I think Dragon Ball Z had just ended over in America, and then a year later Naruto started in the US, and Like it was like Naruto came out at just the right time. I'll guess Toriyama because at least Toriyama doesn't break his own rules, at least as far as I know. I don't think I've seen that. Hector. No, you gotta stop doing that. Nope, you do. Yes, you do. Say hi. Hector, no. Hector. I'm back. Hector knocked me offline. Black Clover, sorry. Yeah, I've heard about that. I don't know. I've heard Studio Pro was a, yeah, Hector did kill the cam. Why is my human embarrassing? Yes, Hector. No. I wouldn't have minded it. I mean, I've had that as a what if in mind for a while. What if Naruto and Sasuke ended up together? Hector, 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 good boy. Like, I mean, I would have preferred that over what we got, Naruto and Sasuke. Well, Naruto, well, that's their big cash cow, so they didn't want to give it up. That's why Boruto even exists. I heard of it, and think I saw a little bit of an episode. I think the grandpa was voiced by the same guy who plays Colonel Campbell in Metal Gear Solid. Like that was pretty funny to me. I just was half expecting him to go Snake, Snake. Ugh. People would have been upset regardless of who Naruto ended up with. That's why I think he would have been better off leaving it open for fans to decide. But they decided to just go with Do you? Yeah, I've seen that. It's heard good things about that show, but I don't know, like all those shows like Steven Universe, Lab House, like after my time. I don't think I have actually. What do I think of GT? Yeah, messy. That's what I think of GT. Don't ask what. Okay. Like, yeah, GT was just. Let's see. Shonen Jump is Jojo Bizarre. I've heard of it, but never really read it. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball: The Breakers, where you play as survivors against the villains. I just saw that today. Jojo Bizarre. I'm not sure. Which magazine is better? I'll probably go with Shonen Jump. Yeah, I'd probably go with Naruto and Sakura. Like I think I've said that. Like that was. I mean, Shikamaru and Tamari was fine, except for the fact that Tamari looked really unhappy and miserable. But that's one thing. That's tricky. Right now, I really like Yu-Gi-Oh. That's my favorite shonen right now. Fairy Tail. I've heard about that. I've heard that series kind of jumped the shark because I saw a little bit of Rave Master when I was younger. I don't think I ever finished it though. Yeah, Susanna was an asshole. Fairy Tail, yeah. I saw other things. I saw. Forgive me, it's been a bit of a long day. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character? I'd say I like Dark Yugi. He's my favorite. Like, I'm reading the manga, it's like you. I have seen the first season, but I've yet to watch the second season. I love the first season, but the second season was done by a different animation team. So it's not going to look anywhere near as good. I gotta say, watching Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, and Sakura do like these silly dances is just so funny. Speaking of which, the No Way Home trailer is due in about an hour and a half. Togashi. I think he's married to the person who does Sailor Moon, who did Sailor Moon, isn't he? Yeah, it's just, I just hope he finishes Hunter x Hunter because he just isn't in good health. Oh yeah, that was fine. Although because the manga hadn't actually ended the story yet. No. But because he hadn't but because like the manga was still on the fight, they had to have the whole thing just stop for a couple minutes. Stop calling the chair. You have a call post over there, Hector. Go use it. I'd say my favorite arc was probably the Land of Waves. Yeah, Sage Mode was underutilized. It's like we barely got to see him do Sage Mode, and then suddenly he was just underutilized. It's more like Gata. Yep. Yeah, Naruto versus Pain. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if that was the final fight. Naruto KCM one is so broken. Yeah, I agree. My favorite part 2 arc is Pain arc. Yep. Yeah, I think Pain arc was probably the peak of the series. Yeah, why didn't Killer Bee get Chakra Mode? Yeah. Favorite arc of Bleach, Soul Society. That was the problem with Bleach. It just peaked too damn early. Yeah, I'm wondering what Totally Not Mark is going to think when he gets to that part. Supernovas, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at that because that's how a lot of shonen writers say because they have to make things up. Arn Car arc, yeah. It was when you get the Hokamundo that I think it just starts to fall down. They should have exported. Yeah, they should have. I think that's what Kishi wanted to do, but he couldn't for whatever reason. Yeah, they should have, but yeah. Konamaru? Yeah, I guess it should have been fine. I mean, it seemed like Kishi was setting him up to do something, considering I think you meet him the second chapter, but yeah, I'd say Scorpion, because Scorpion did realize, okay, this isn't worth it. I gotta stop this. I don't know. That's like 2 different universes for 2 different rules. I mean, they had to. All right, I'm going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. It's been almost an hour and a half. Still, not too bad for my first Q&A stream. I should do more of them. What's your opinion on Nader Dashiri? My opinion on you, Nader, is do your damn job, draw what I want you to draw, and we'll be happy. That's my opinion. Kratos or Sasuke? No, I think I haven't played God of War in a long time, but I just remember like Kratos would always be like standing there like, I am cast! Like he had no indoor voice. Hey, like Kratos is probably worse than Sasuke in terms of like trying to get revenge because he does not care who he hurts as long as he gets his revenge. I think it wasn't until like the PS4 game that he realizes, okay, I should stop doing this. It's hurting people. I guess. What's your opinion on 1010? She's kind of. I have no opinion because she's really kind of a nothing character. Can Kato beat? I guess I could. Could Kato incinerate Edo Madara and then he could regenerate? Vegeta. Yeah, Vegeta has faults, but he gradually became a better dad. Whereas Sasuke, I don't know if does he still ever spend time with Sarada? Do you think Sasuke should have come back? I mean, yeah. Zuko or Sasuke? Zuko. You draw whatever makes you feel good, Nader. I won't judge. Can Goku beat Thanos? I don't know. I mean, would Goku just let Thanos have all Infinity Stones? I don't know. Like, Super Goku probably would, but I don't know if Z Goku would. He did. I did see that. That's good. He finally, no, I would have preferred, I mean, I would have liked if Sarada knew the Rasengan and Boruto knew the Chidori, considering that they both took after the other's dad. Zoro. Thanos or Madara? Thanos. Yeah, Goku was flanderized. Goku's whole thing, like, at times in Super, Goku felt like a parody of himself instead of Goku, because there are things that, like, where Goku is, like, so dumb, I'm like, in Z, I'm like, no, Goku would not have been that stupid. I did, once upon a time. I mean, I don't do Power Rangers retrospects because Linkara probably has, like Linkara has Power Rangers retrospects all like sorted out, like that's his thing. So yeah, no need to do that. Yes, he did. Yes, no. Pokemon or Digimon? Yeah, that's a tricky question. Yes, Goku did become Iron Man 2. Tricky. They're pretty even, I think. Yes, I do too. In fact, I think that's more popular than his comic book reviews. Dressrosa, do I hate it? Well, Dressrosa it's just one of those arcs where you could just feel the length. Like, you know, it was a crawl to read weekly. When I read it all at once, it wasn't that bad, but it's just like, you know, like One Piece, I think is just one of those series that you're better off like binging. You're better off reading in chunks. People talk about anime version of Dressrosa. Yeah, I know. Well, One Piece anime, like I think they do like less than half a chapter, so they don't go ahead of the manga. Eventually, right now, Mr. Fusion's doing Dragon Ball dissection, so I don't really want to toe on that. I thought about doing Doctor Slump before I did Dragon Ball, but considering I do need to do more mangas that I can do in one video, like Death Note, Doctor Slump, probably. Like that's what keeps me from doing a One Piece, because it's like One Piece video, because it's like that's so long, so big, and it's not finished yet. Actually, I'm just getting into that. One Piece, yeah, that series is so long, so big. Like that series is so long, it's so big, and it's so just, you know, if I start that, it'll be one hell of a commitment, and it's like, will I ever finish? I don't know. Because there's somebody like in my question in my every time I post one of my community posts, I keep like this one guy. He keeps like posting like do a One Piece video. I'm like, dude, or do that, whatever you are. Like, just chill. I'll get to it eventually. Like, I have a Sanji video I've been wanting to make, but I'm waiting to see like what happens to him in Wano before I make it. So the problem with doing a video on a series that's still running is because it's like it is you. Yes, it is. Yes, I will do One Piece eventually. It will like it's just, the series is not finished yet, so I don't want to make any assumptions because it's like, I could be wrong. Do you think Ace was wasted? I don't know. I think it was. Yeah, I mean, Ace was clearly designed to die when he did. I have not. I heard the manga is very different from the anime because I remember seeing a couple episodes of the anime when it was on Toonami. Like, I mean, yeah, what Dragon Ball Z was for boys back in the late 90s, Sailor Moon was for girls. It was a great ending for Ace. So, like, yeah, that was fine. Like, yeah. Like, I think there was a chapter, like, I don't remember, like, well, like, the way he did Ace's story was, like, he had him on chapter covers, and you see Ace get really pissed off when somebody insults Whitebeard, and that was a pretty big foreshadowing of how he was going to die. Yusuke or Ichigo? Yusuke. It's good. It's just kind of... It's short. Like, I might do that soon because that series is so short. Go near. I like Sabo. Yeah, I like Sabo too. I remember he was actually voiced by Naruto's Japanese voice actress when he was a kid. I think they even reference that. She didn't voice him when he was growing up, though. Shame. Yeah, I've heard of that too. I don't think I've ever seen it. Like, I remember all those like all those animes that were on like the big anime boom of the early 2000s. Tenchi Muyo, Cardcaptor Sakura. Well, no, I think actually Kids WB changed Cardcaptor Sakura to just Card Captors because they wanted to show that Lee was like on equal footing with Sakura because they didn't think having a girl main character would do very well. Fire Force. Don't think I know what you mean. Yes, Yu Yu Hakusho is Bleach, but better. Actually, I heard the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho did not like what Studio Pro was doing to the Yu Yu Hakusho anime. Sabo doesn't do anything in this arc. He was introduced. I don't think he was supposed to. All right, I'm going to wrap up in about 5 minutes, I think. Any last questions? Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, then again, Tenten probably didn't even succeed with that goal. Sonic. Love-hate relationship with Sonic. I hope the next game's good, but with Sonic Team, I gotta be cautious. It's like, why like Yakuza is still pretty good. It's like, why does like Yakuza is like so good? It's like Yakuza is so good, but Sega just does not care if Sonic's good or bad, considering it's like Sega, treat your mascot a little better than that. All right. I guess I'll just go watch some Cowboy Bebop in a few minutes. Almost done, halfway done that series, and then after that, I'll say, all right. Well, thanks for joining me on my first Q&A stream about thoughts on Attack on Titan. I've heard it's a very messy ending. I saw a little bit of the anime, but it's like when back in 2013 when it was like really taking off, like, and then it just like that's been a demand for a Rise and Fall video, Attack on Titan. I'm just not sure how I'm going to approach it yet. Yep, we'll do more of these because I like doing this. It's fun. It's a nice way to unwind after work. I just finished recording the Skyward Sword video. It's about over 40 minutes long so far, so, and I need to finish my short film, but I'll get back to you. All right, guys. I'll see you later.